Hey, there we go. Everything's working. So, by the way, Yogizilla here. Yeah, I just call me playing Yogi. I'm still, so what? There's some funky stuff going on. I'm on a temporary setup, because, my main rig, starting to have some issues. I got to troubleshoot it before it snowballed into something worse. It just started freezing here and there, and then it started getting to the point where it's freezing sometimes 3 or 4 times back to back, and then they'll run a whole day or days without freezing, and then one time it rebooted on its own, so that wasn't cool. So I think it's the power supply, which if it is, it's not a big deal. So under warranty, but I have to go through the whole RMA process. But that said, I feel like the webcam isn't centered properly. It's bugging me. Oh my god, it's terrible. I made it worse. Hold on. This is me being... You get to see the man cave in all its splendor or something. There we go. There we go. The anal retentiveness kicked in. But anyway, it's been a while since I've done the Geektastic vlog. Welcome to my Geektastic vlog, by the way, because I was just about to go off on a rant. Anywho, I wanted to save that as a preface to what's gonna be going on. So I'm back to streaming. My selection of games that I can stream is even less, because now I don't have a gaming video card in here. I have a nice high-end video card, but this computer was built a while back as a workhorse for like doing graphic design, 3D rendering, stuff like that. Which is funny, cards that are good at 3D rendering for professional use are not always good for gaming, because it's a different kind of set of things you need, you know, and that tends to be more processor intensive, and it's all kind of weird stuff like that. I'm not even gonna get into it. It's got the raw power. It just doesn't have the finesse and the style that you need for a good gaming rig. And it also has half of the RAM that my main rig does, and the HyperX that I have in my main rig doesn't work here. So we're one of the few things I've actually splurged on over the years. I can't use it on this rig, but it's a temporary setup. We'll see. Hopefully Santa Claus will bless me with some goodies. But you know, Christmas is mainly about the kids, so we'll see. For us, the adult Christmas is after the main holiday season. The main holiday good season. That's why I look at it as a several weeks, months kind of thing. So January, February, maybe something will come around. Anywho, you know, speaking of Christmas, I wanted to say that I think that as you get older, you start to appreciate gifts you normally would not have, like getting clothes. I know people joke about getting ties and other kind of crap, but you know what? I love socks. Socks for Christmas, sure. Undershirts, why not? I love them because those are things I don't normally get to buy myself, because I'm always worrying about the family and putting them first. Oop, keep messing with the camera. There we go. And I love that stuff because my wife claims all my nice undershirts for herself. It's funny. And then the kids take the socks. So I'm lucky if I have 10 pairs of clean socks at any given time, which is bad because I'm a sweaty bastard, and the socks, and I can get away maybe wearing them 2 days in a row, but 3 days and they start walking on their own. It's not cool. First world problems. But I do have some real issues to talk to you about today, guys. It's been a heck of a month. You know, I love Christmas season. I love getting in the spirit of Christmas. Whether you're talking about the religious aspects or just the spirit of giving and spreading love and spending time with family. But it's just been pretty rotten all around. And lately I just had a real downer of a chain of events with a close friend. I don't want to get into the details. I don't want to hint at what it is. But it was just the proverbial feather on a pile of shit. And it just sucks, you know. He knew that I'm going through some tough stuff, and he just threw more stuff on top of me. And just the mouth garbage and the lack of consideration. It's got me kind of down in the dumps, guys. I'm not in my usual level of high energy. Like, I wanted to stream tonight, and I don't even think it's gonna happen. I was gonna play a little Hearthstone. I think I'm gonna wait for it to tomorrow. Maybe get caffeinated and do a nice little stream after I do my vlog for the Geeky Antics Network, the Gang Minute. So we shall see. I think tonight's gonna be just a little bit me and my buddy Four Loco, and just chillaxing. And I'm gonna do some gaming, but I'm not gonna be streaming. I'm probably just gonna play some more Heroes of the Storm, or maybe, I don't know, Smite, depending on what I'm in the mood for. But that in mind, I'm doing more fundraising for everybody that's been helping out. I appreciate it. It's been tough. I'm just trying to wrap my head around all the bills and everything we gotta meet. You know, we finally get in the black a little bit, and then this bill comes up and that bill comes up. It's like, well, I'll make the rent, but then we gotta pay these credit cards, and we gotta pay for an electric bill, and stressful. So whatever you guys can do to help out, whether it's just telling a friend about my channel, about geekyantics.net, there's a donate page on there. You know, all that stuff helps out. If you could donate $1, $5, collectively it works out. Now, please, the people that give the most are the people that usually can give the least, and I don't want someone to put themselves in a crappy situation and end up being bitter in the end because of it. Don't do that. The guilt-driven charity. That's just bad. Whatever your cause is, you know. And sadly, the most generous people are usually the people that have the least to give. And, you know, trust me, I've been there before. My wife and I, we used to donate a lot to our church, and we were not in any position to do so. And then when we turned around and asked them for help, they're like, "Oh, here's a gas card, $5. Good luck." You know, those were better days. So whatever we could spare, we try to, you know, pass along, pay it forward. But now, not so much. So I plan to do that before Christmas, to do some streams, get my spirits up, and bring you guys. I don't like to come in these downer moods. So it's like whenever I you know, create any kind of content, I'm blogging or podcast, I try to just bring my A game. So if I'm gonna stream, I don't want to be like blah. You know, there's enough saltiness and bitterness in the world, so I don't want to bring you guys down with me. But you know, we could use the help, my family and I. So keep that in mind. I definitely appreciate it. Anytime you want to donate, you can just go to geekyantics.net/donate, and there's some links there. I have I was using I'm Raising, but now I am using, what did I finally end up using that I like a lot? twitchalerts.com. And it's twitchalerts.com/donate/Yogizilla. I should probably put that right here, and I'll put it in here so it'll be easier. Let me find a nice little font for you guys. Ooh, that sounds good. Do this one. So twitchalerts.com/donate/Yogizilla. I think I did make a bit.ly for that, but I think it's just bit.ly/help yogi. Let me double check that, because I don't want to give you a link that's broken. Let me... Oh, that does work. Cool. So that's the one. Alright, so yeah, that's even easier. So this short link. Make it easy peasy for you guys. Alright, now where did I put that? Alright, it's in the wrong place. Horizontally, center, and vertically. Booyah. Oh, that's okay. Maybe not. You need some kind of backdrop. Let's put a background on that. Let's do one of these. There we go. That font's not very good at all. Oh yeah, this is the best vlog ever. I know. I need something more solid. That's a little bit too much going on with that font. Oh, that's too much going on with that. Oh, it's a little better. So there you go. Boo. It's a cool font, but it doesn't lend itself well to what I'm doing. And again, I'm not begging. I'm not trying to give anyone a guilt trip. If you can do it, great. If you can't, I'll figure something else out. You know, and it sucks. One thing is I love people, but I'm mostly an introvert. I mostly keep to myself, which is funny because I work in social media. But outside of social media, I'm kind of antisocial because when I start to trust people and put my faith in them, they let me down, and that's always a downer. Like, I always prepare myself, try to brace myself that there's gonna be a disappointment here. Everything's good now, but when it's gonna go bad, and when it does, it's gonna suck. You know, I hate thinking like that, but it's kind of how it works out. But you know, and family, just as much as friends could do that. It's just been one of those. It hasn't been the best Christmas, I can tell you that. But I hope I get some socks. That will turn my mood around. And hopefully colorful socks. Socks that are easy to identify, so when the kids take them, I can say, hey, wait a minute, I recognize those socks. Because you get the plain white tube socks, and pretty obvious. It's not obvious, it's kind of hard to tell what it is, you know. But yeah, because the white socks can be anybody, you know. They're like unisex and hard to distinguish. They're white socks, white tube socks. Everybody makes them. Anyway, why am I getting into a conversation about socks? Who knows? What else did I want to talk to you guys about? So besides the fundraising stuff and the Debbie Downer moments with what's going on with my family and with the tech stuff and everything, it's like everything's hitting at once. Everything's just going. Good times, good times. Yeah, I joke around. I told one of my kids, now all I need right now is a good heart attack. And then that can just make everything complete. They're like, no, you can't leave us. But you know, the other thing is, folks have been, you know, encouraging the rays of light that are out there. Have been encouraging me to do the Twitch Partners program, and you know, I really want to be partnered up with Twitch, but I'm realizing more and more that their requirements are haphazard, at least how they carry them out. You know, what they publish on the site are guidelines. Sometimes they let people in that don't meet that criteria at all, and sometimes they don't let people in that exceed that criteria. And they say, oh, well, if you have a social media following, you know, that transfers over. So I'm like, okay, cool, but what you call it? You know, I don't really I don't know. It bothers me because I've applied to Twitch Partners Program 3 times. There's people that started from zero and applied right away and got accepted, and that bugs me. And I've built up a significant audience, so I don't know. It's like I showed them my website, actually different websites that I contribute to that I built up. I've shown them my YouTube channels, all this different stuff, Twitter. But sorry, the chat's kind of going off about other stuff in there. So anyway, I've kind of decided, like, as much as I want it to be a goal, and I see why it's exciting and why it fits into where I really want to be. It's probably not very realistic right now. So my goal right now with Twitch is to just keep pushing it forward as if I am partnered, and not worried about being partnered or not. So I'm going to have as much of... I'm trying to set up all the features and all the good stuff that I can as if I were partnered, like having the donation stuff. I have all the alerts set up, stuff like that, and trying to make sure I don't have to rely on the Twitch Partner Program. Unfortunately, there's still things that, being Twitch Partner really help out with, like creating credibility, having that professional look and feel, the great first impressions, being more searchable, make it easier for people to discover you, allowing people to be able to choose the quality of your stream. So, rather than scaling it down to fit the least common denominator, you could have it more mid-range and attract more people. Though I can't really push anything past 720p right now, so and that's not a big deal. But hold on, the chat's anywho, so it's like it's confusing when you have one train of thought, someone else talking about something completely different in chat. But so and I've talked about this with a lot of people, and I feel like like one of the things we were talking about was that just being partnered isn't like the end of the road. It's just the beginning of the journey, really. And that's true. Like, just because you get partnered doesn't mean you're gonna get more success or get the things you want out of the Twitch experience as a broadcaster. But it does help out a lot. The problem is that the grind for the people that I feel deserve it the most is very disheartening. I've seen lots of Twitch streamers that have the personality, the setup. They do nice things on the stream. They're doing unique things. They have cool little hooks in there, and they don't get partnered, And then there's ones that are just total douchebags and aren't very interesting, and they're partnered, and it just boggles my mind. So I'm trying to just flip all those negative things around and see it positive, because it's so easy to get salty, especially when you have so much craziness going on. There's so much just bogging you down and just not getting a win out of your sales, right? So, my thing to transform that is, like, I really love Twitch streaming just because the community aspect. For the most part, like 99% of the people that come to my Twitch channel are positive. They're encouraging. They support me whatever way they can. And just having that just having that encouragement there is really cool. But I just feel like Twitch's approach to the partners program is kind of weird. What they should look at is getting interesting personality diversity in the community. There's too many partners that are doing like the same kind of thing, the same kind of gimmicks, and essentially the same game, same person, just different face. you know, there are some exceptions. There are a lot of great people out there, and I had some friends that recently got partnered, and I'm really happy for them. But you know, I don't know. So I'm just trying to transform that into something positive. So regardless of what happens, I'm not gonna apply to Twitch, the partners program, again anytime soon. But we're gonna make big things happen. And one of the things I want to do is just do more gameplay videos for giggles mainly. So I'll be getting some stuff up on my YouTube channel. But I'm still gonna focus a lot more on Geeky Answers. We have more of a YouTube community there, so when I export stuff, there'll be more eyes on it. And you know, that still is my focus on the network and creating that content there. You know, they're saying in the chat, the numbers tend to guide people's behavior. That's the problem, though. The numbers are a lie, because there's people that come in and say, hey, they apply, and they have 0 views, 0 followers, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll approve you. Yeah, you're partnered up. Then the people that have it don't get a pull. So, see, I don't buy that. That's no. You got it completely wrong. It's not that I hate the numbers. I have the numbers in the places. They look at YouTube, they look at other things, say, oh, a transferable view audience. So when you show them metrics and all this stuff, and they still go derp, you know, like getting 30,000 viewers in an hour on one article that you wrote, it's a big deal. And that's something you could transfer over to Twitch, you know. But when you don't have that support in place, you don't have the drive to push for it as hard. You know what I mean? So I feel like they may feel like, oh, the carriage has to come first, or the horse has to come first, whatever. But I'm like the other way around. Like, well, maybe if you partner me, I'll have more of a motivation to really push this hard. Because at the end of the day, you're creating. Everybody that broadcasts for Twitch is creating value for them first and foremost. You know, we broadcasters, we're getting a small portion of the value that Twitch gets, you know. So, you know, I hate when people say that, like, people really don't get this. Like, I don't hate numbers. I hate when people get stuck on numbers, or they get stuck on certain numbers, because there's a greater story behind the numbers. A number is just one way. It's just one way to kind of paint that story. Numbers are easier, but you know, telling a good story is a little harder. So since a lot of people are not good storytellers, they're like, well, let's look at the numbers. But the essence of marketing is about good storytelling, you know. But unfortunately, there's a lot of bad storytellers, so they look at the numbers. Well, what's your market penetration? What's your market share? You know, what's your attachment rate? You know, and this is the things that people use for success. You know, I deal with this stuff with my clients, which is not really not that many clients, but you know, in the past I used to have tons of clients, and you know, business is kind of slow right now, so I'm diversifying, doing other stuff. But you know, you help clients get success, and then like it's kind of like, you know, once you fix a person's car and then nothing else wrong with it, they don't have to come back to you. See, mechanics have a great business because they'll fix one thing and they'll find other things wrong and keep themselves busy, or they might break something on purpose. Who knows? Doctors are similar. It's like, hey, so we replaced your liver, but by the way, you have monoherpalitis singulomatomus, and we need to get you on treatment. So you have to meet me here in my office, my clinic, once a month, you know. And, you know, I always do that. Like, when business, you got to kind of create, you know, follow-ups, you know, give suggestions so you keep, you know, offering help. And, that, you know, so if you don't, you know, offer additional help, but don't do a hard sell. I don't personally do a hard sell. I hate hard selling. But offer additional help or ask for referrals. So that keeps the business going. But sometimes, you know, people just get tunnel vision. Yeah. I reckon a lot of mechanics break things, or neglect things to allow them to break, and then later on go, oh, by the way, I think there's a problem with this. Oh, they know you'll just come back later, you know. I don't doubt that at all. You know, unfortunately, some of the best business models are the ones where people create a problem or create a need and then keep feeding it. Very interesting. You know, I tell a little fib. You know, it's like Seth Godin says, all marketers are liars. Certain little fib is okay. You can still be authentic overall. But, you know, when getting the business of lying and manipulating, this can do that. And unfortunately, some people feel that that's the cost of success, you know. Like Derek H. over All Games. And I'm trying to put him under hot water, but he said this on his own podcast, which is public territory. And he was saying this on the Dead Pixel Lies. Like, if you look at everybody that's rich and successful, they are cutthroat and blah blah blah, and that bothers me. I think you could be aggressive and driven without being a total douche. You know, I've done it before. It's a harder road, I'll tell you that, because it's so tempting. There's so many opportunities to just cheat and say, hey, this is an easy way to get some money, or if I just say this, you know, it's kind of like SEO, which is another thing that I offer people. There's a lot of SEO firms that are just, you know, full of it, and they promise the world and then they'll deliver crap, and then they make excuses. You know, they oversell and underdeliver, or, you know, they just sell junk that doesn't really do anything. You know, like link building and buying domains that are already ranked. That's old school stuff that, you know, still has some value, but it's more about the content and the social, you know, social signals, and, you know, integrating your home base, your home bases, and your outposts and all this stuff. Well, if you're not a marketer, not very exciting. Yeah. They're saying here in the chat, I have never met a millionaire that did not lie, cheat, or steal as a standard operating procedure. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. See, to me, like, people say millionaire, like, I think you can be successful without being a millionaire. I think there's successful people that are living comfortably. They have money in their bank, and they don't have to worry about a rainy day. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be a millionaire. I think the cost for that might be being a total asshole. I don't think there's any really good millionaires out there. Maybe Warren Buffett. But, you know, on the surface, he does charity. He says he's going to give all his wealth to charity when he dies and all this stuff. And he's always willing to listen to people that have good business ideas. But there's also been some bad stuff about him. But I guess you take the good with the bad, right? So, yeah, 100K a year. I'd like to go back to that. You know, at the time when I had the 6-figure income, I blew it like a silly sot, because I felt like it was never going to end. So you get those nice big checks, you know. When you make over $3,000 a month, all right. I mean, heck, even $2,500 a month in most places is good. I mean, after taxes, of course. Yeah, you got to figure the average person is in a 20, let's say 20 to 25% tax bracket, where, you know, Uncle Sam's gonna take all that much, or later on they're gonna ask for that much. But you know, that'd be cool, just to get back to that place. I think between the projects that I have lined up, we're going to have marketing services on Geeky Antics, just premium services, and not just marketing. It'll be content services, graphic design, all kinds of creative stuff. We're going to have that on geekyantics.net. I'm still working on the pricing and all that stuff, because people like to have hard pricing. You know, when you say, you know, I realize this, I hate when I go to a website that says call for pricing, or ask for pricing. So I'm trying to create a price list to give people an idea, but ultimately say this is a guesstimation, but, you know, it might be adjusted depending on your need, or it's negotiable, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's what's coming. But before I ramble on anymore, I'm gonna cut the stream here. It's already almost 1 in the morning. I think I covered everything. So yeah, I'm gonna end up on a funny note again. Socks for Christmas, OP. Don't take them for granted. There'll be a day. Count your blessings. You know, I'm saying this jokingly, but it's true. Count your blessings, because right now you might say, "Hey, I got socks." Really? One day you're gonna have a day where you're gonna go, "Man, I can show you some more socks. I never have enough socks." And you're gonna look at the the pile of socks that you're recycling, and they look like they're starchy, and they're like stiff, maybe molded. And then you go, man, I sure wish I had some new socks. So don't knock it. It's like, it's like with Father's Day. Fathers tend to always get ties for almost any holiday, right? Their birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, whatever. They get neckties. And, that's not a bad idea, maybe even if you don't dress that often, it's nice to have a selection of ties. I like ties. I don't like dressing up in suits that much anymore. I used to. That's the old me. I mean, like, I'm not really trying to put up a impressive look right now. But yeah, I used to do the whole clean-shaven suit, expensive suit and nice ties, And I was like, it's not very comfortable. I don't get how there's FBI agents and detectives that walk around in dress shoes and suits and stuff. Not very practical, especially if you're on your feet all day. I don't know. I like to dress for comfort now. Getting too old for that mess, But every now and then, it's nice to just wear a suit. I know people that have home-based businesses, and or they have a home office, they work from home, whatever. And even when they're home, instead of just being in pajamas, they dress up. And I kind of see that, if you dress the part, if you dress for success, if you dress like you're in an office, you'll behave like you're in an office. Yeah, okay, I could appreciate that, but I don't know. I kind of like just walking around in my, boxers and drinking from my coffee mug and saying, hey, cool. No one's here, no one's bothering me. I can work in peace. It reminds me of that Johnny Depp movie. It was based off of a Stephen King novel. What was it? A Secret Window. And he plays the part of a novelist. I know I said I was gonna wrap this up, but I'm just reminded of this. I rewatched the movie recently. I just found it really interesting because I've done ghostwriting. I don't have any published works under my name besides stuff that's online. No novels or anything. Maybe some short stories and poems. That's about it. But that's one of the goals. Unfortunately, to be a writer, you need to really have a nest egg. It's hard to do any kind of creative stuff like Twitch streaming. It's hard to really focus on that without knowing that you're gonna have a payout soon. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like this awkward place. But anyway, so Johnny Depp played this novelist who was I don't want to spoil it, but it was funny. He was kind of going through this funk. His wife recently left him. He kind of just walks around looking like a bum. Leftovers all over the place. His house in a bit of disarray, and he's wearing his pajamas and flip flops. I just looked at that and like, man, I know how that is when you're in that funk. That's been the past couple of months. Yay! It's funny too, cause I even talked to my brother, and he's like, "Well, maybe you're doing something wrong." Like, good job. Yeah, that's exactly what I need to hear. I need some encouragement. It's like I finished telling you. It's like, dude, I've just been in a real funk. I'm just really bummed out, and I'm getting beat up in every direction. It's like, we're just gonna keep on trucking. This is how people could end up committing suicide. Like, they reach out, they show to someone, and they go out. Like, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that's a good solution, but I can see why people do that. It's like, they probably reached out to people, like, they desperately cried out and said, man, I'm going through all this stuff. It feels like every time things are getting better, one thing is better and three other things go to crap, and then it's like, it's a paradox. I'm just running in place, so just, it's one step forward, two steps back. That kind of feeling. It's just like feeling like you're not overall, you're not getting anywhere, or all your efforts are futile. It's not a good place to be. Feeling that helplessness. So I talked to my brother, and he's not one for sensitivity. It's even worse because he has no faith. He used to be a Christian. I still am, but he ran into what a lot of people do. They say, a lot of people that are believers are assholes. Oh, you know what else? The church people are greedy. And you know what else? It's hypocrisy. And you know what else? There's a lot of inconsistency. Oh, it's all BS, and they take the few bad things and hang on to that and say, oh, then it's all if they're douchebags and they represent that, then it can't be right. So it's just funny, like he's just become kind of like this matter-of-fact kind of guy. I love him to death, but he's what I don't want to be. Just someone that has no passion, no zest for life, and it's kind of cold. I'm in my funk right now, but I still try to smile and laugh and make jokes and cheer people up around me. It's so easy to hold on to the bitterness. Like, if you really wanted to be so easy to just be such a sarcastic bastard and just dog everybody that's wronged me. Oh, it's so easy. Lord knows I have enough ammo, but what does that really accomplish at the end of the day? The people who have wronged me know who they are. They know what they've done. People are not that oblivious. And I really believe in, and I'm sorry if you don't believe in God or anything, but I believe that in the end, God will take care of people that wrong you and do evil. Or if you don't believe in that, maybe you believe in karma or the cosmos, whatever. I'll buy that too, whatever. It's all effectively the same thing, with greater powers. But yeah, it's just funny. I was just talking to him. I'm like, I told him, I said, I might need some help from you for a little while. I'll pay you back. I'm expecting this money coming in from this source, and my wife's gonna get money from this that she's got going on, and we're expecting a refund from tax season, and we're doing this, and I've been raising money on my stream, and I just need to get over the hump. Blah blah blah, and he's kind of like, well, I don't mind helping you, but you got to come up with the game plan and get in the money making mode. It's like, so I explained to him, I am. It's not like I'm trying. I'm even considering like just to supplement my income on top of everything else that I do, which is a lot. It's a lot of this stuff is slow moving because you got to like put bids on projects, and then you have clients that dick around and say, yeah, I want to hire you, and they're like, well, this week's a bad week to meet. Can I meet you next week? Oh, well, you know what? I got things to do, and it's like, oh my goodness, don't string me along and make me feel like this, because you kind of keep that extra time budgeted, leave that space in case, so when they do come around, you can take care of them. But then it's like, it's time that can be used for other things. It's such a sucky process, Don't get me wrong, I love working for myself. I hate it, a 9-to-5 job, because it's never 9 to 5. It's like 16-hour work days, and I already get little sleep as it is. Man. But so I've been applying to jobs for the past few months, but this is a funny time. It's like people are not hiring until like January. They'll start looking at apps, and then February and March is when they really start hiring people again. So it's like I'm trying to exercise every venue I have, and so when I have people that are close to me saying, well, maybe you're not doing something right, or maybe there's something different you could do. Well, if you have all those answers and you feel like I'm doing something wrong, well, tell me, point me in that direction, tell me something that will give me results. If God, I'm not, it's the definition of insanity is just doing the same thing over and over again and thinking you're gonna get different results. That's kind of what job searches are like, So I don't know. It's just frustrating. People just saying, "Oh, try something different," or "Try this." It's like, well, can you help me with that? Do you know anyone that's hiring? Hey, here's my resume. Here's my CV. Pass it along. This is the kind of stuff I'm willing to do. Anything, I'm willing to do anything. I don't even have parameters anymore. And I'm sure there's something that I would say no to, but at this point, it's like, well, I'll jump on anything. You want me to assemble tractors for you? Sure, train me. I'm a quick learner. I really am. If it's technical or mechanical or electronic, even creative, I can do all that stuff. But, I don't think more money is a perfect solution. Money is evil, I get it. Unfortunately, I would love to pay people with hugs. I'd love to say, hey, here's Here's the payment for the mortgage. I'm gonna pay for you in a hug and a kiss. Well, actually, this is worth about 2 hugs and a kiss. Okay, cool. People don't. Unfortunately, that's not the monetary system people have. I said I just want enough money to be able to, have a nest egg. I'm gonna put a little bit into my computer rig, so I can have a reliable system for streaming, producing more videos, and monetizing those things further. And just catching up with the bills. That's about it. But so yeah. So that's my rant here for the moment. I said I was gonna end it on a positive note, and then it kind of just went back into a dark place. Anywho, hopefully none of the bad stuff will happen. If I disappear, I'm probably dead. I love you guys. I'm probably I'm either dead or homeless. I say that jokingly, but there's actually some truth to that. And well, what can you do? This might be my final video send off for everybody. Good times. But anywho, enough of the beating up myself and kind of getting beat up in chat too. People telling me more of the stuff that doesn't really help. I think probably one of the worst things like people can say is like, "It'll get better. Just truck on. Keep on trucking. When things get hard, you gotta be harder." So, what can you do? But anyway, I'm out of here. Let me get this uploaded to YouTube, and I appreciate you guys. Take it easy.